Hi everybody, it's Stefe and welcome back to my channel. So today in this video, I'm going to be putting together this eye look for you guys using the Jawbreaker palette, doing all the swatches on it, giving you guys the full tea on the palette in case you haven't seen it yet. It is back on Jeffree Star's website. It's not going to be there forever. This gives you a chance to see if you really want it, all the colors in it. I'm going to tell you exactly what is a matte, what's a pressed pigment, what is a shimmer, all those things. We're going to go through the whole shebang. So if you want to see that, then just keep on watching. Hi everybody, it's Stefe and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a box from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is the first time I think I've gotten a box from them aside from my replacement highlighter that was broken, which I did get. They did replace it. But this is the first time I've gotten one that's just all black, that there hasn't been any type of special packaging, and I think that's because these are throwback palettes. So in here we have Thirsty and we have Jawbreaker. I'm going to be unboxing this and making sure they're both in here, and then you will see a different, we're going to do Jawbreaker, and then you'll see a different video of me doing the Thirsty palette. But I just want to show you it is sealed, so I'm opening it on camera with you guys. My makeup stamp on my forehead never comes off, even when I wash my face. So if you guys see that, no, it's not a tattoo. It's just my makeup stamp. If you want to get one, they come from Milk Makeup, and I believe they're like $12 each, and this is the moon one. I also have a heart one and a star one. I just think they're really cute. But yeah, you can get them from Milk Makeup. I get my watermelon serum for my face from them, and I really enjoy it. It lasts a long time too. So let's see if I've got this now to where I can open. Okay, I do. Put the scissors away. We'll see if we get a card. So the first palette on top is the Thirsty one. I'm not going to open this in this video. I'm going to open this in my next video. I'll also do that with no makeup on too, because we're going to do an eye look. I just want to see if there's a post-it card in here. No, it just has my shipping manifest. So there was actually a deal on the palettes. So this is Jawbreaker. There was a deal on the palettes where it was buy one, get one free for lesser of equal value. And I thought because they had throwback palettes, it would be a good time to do that. So here she is. Yay! I never keep these cartons. I know some people do. I don't. Wow, this is really pretty. Wow, you guys. So we're just going to take the cover off. And it does have a really nice, cute mirror, which we'll be using because you guys know I lose my mirror all the time. But here is our color story right here. That's everything. I'm not sure what look we're going to do, but I'm going to start swatching each row for you guys, and then we'll see what I come up with. I'm thinking we might use Cotton Candy, Soaked, and Jawbreaker for this look. So Soaked is a real deep, like navy blue, cerulean purple, like blue. And then Cotton Candy is a glitter pink, and Jawbreaker is like the perfect eyebrow, like highlight. I can't talk. I haven't had enough coffee. There are some really pretty colors in here, like I can't say that word out loud, the F word. That's a really pretty color. Bubblegum, Gumdrop, Suck, Brain Freeze, Cherry Wet. Yeah, very pretty. Bite Me, Lemon Drop. We could do Bite Me and Lemon Drop in a different look in future. And What? And Orange Juice. Some of these, like the colors next to each other, like Snack and Brain Freeze, would be real pretty to do together too. This palette is just, it's so pretty. I'm going to show it to you again because I can't get over how pretty it is. And all of Jeffree Star's palettes that I have are all themed around one color. You know, there's Blood Money, Cremated, and Bloodlust that I have. And then, of course, Androgyny, which is kind of just all over the place. But I really like this color story. And I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but we're going to start with swatches. And we'll go from there. We'll put together an eye look. then I'll put on the rest of my face. I'll come back and I'll tell you my thoughts on the palette. Okay, so we have the first row right here. So this first one is called Virgin. It's just a white. Then next to it, which you can't really see that well, is called Good Morning, which is a pastel pink. Those two look a little bit similar. And then next we have Bubblegum, and then Wow, Suck, and Licorice. One thing I'll say is I like that this red in here is an actual true red. I did not use any spray or anything to get this on, this licorice color. But if you guys know me, I do have the Bloodlust palette. And in there is a color which I believe is called Bleeding Heart. And that color does not pick up like this licorice color does, because I think he had redid the formulas. But these palettes are back in production, so this must be a new formula for these palettes. So I'm not sure why that red doesn't pick up on the brush unless you spray it, but this one picks up with a swatch, which is harder to get payoff on your brush than it is a swatch. So I'm not really sure why those two eyeshadows are different, but it's nice to have a red in here that I can actually use that's not as dark as like the one in the Androgyny palette. So I'm very excited about that. I like the pops of color in the first row. It's always good to have a nice white. I don't really like Good Morning because, I mean, it's like the same color as my shirt, but I just, with my skin tone, it's not going to show up. It's just going to show up the same color as my eyelid. But it would be good for a transition color in this palette. So, I mean, first row, no complaints. Let's move on. Okay, so row number 2. So we have the first color here, which is called Cute, which is like a seafoam green. And then we have the F Word, which is like a coral color. Gumdrop, which is a nice pastel purple. Our first shimmer, as you can see right there, and that is called Snack. And then we have Brain Freeze, and finally we have Jawbreaker, which, like I said, is going to be good for the brow bone highlight. You can't really see it on camera, but it is basically a white base with a monochromatic gold shift to it, which I really like those colors for the eyebrow bone highlight, and there's usually one in each palette. I have so many Jeffree Star palettes that it's pretty easy for me to pick out which of these shades is going to be a matte, a glitter, a pressed pigment, a monochromatic. I'm pretty good at judging those, and it's pretty easy for me to put together eyeshadow looks just because I know the formulas in this palettes pretty well, and it doesn't look like there's any in here that are like a pressed pigment, maybe orange juice and cotton candy, but we'll get to those in the next row and we'll see. Okay, so third row, first color we have right here is a shimmer, and it is called And What? And then we have another shimmer, and it is called Orange Juice. And then we have Sour. It's giving me very Blood Money vibes. And then we have Soaked, which was a little bit patchy. It's kind of disappointing. I had to swatch this about 3 times in order to get really good payoff. So that one's going to take some color to build. And then we have a Raspberry, which just like Licorice is more of a drier formula, so it picks up really well. And then last we have our first pressed pigment. This is Cotton Candy, and it is a shimmer, but I say it's a pressed pigment because you can tell when you dig into the pan that it does pick up a lot. And I think this row is basically the rainbow row, aside from if you added Wow in. This would pretty much be the rainbow row. So if that's what you're looking for, these are the colors that you would probably use. The only problem I'm seeing so far is that Soaked is a little bit patchy, but we'll see how it applies on the eyes because that's one that I do want to play with, and Cotton Candy and Jawbreaker. All right, so let's do our last and final row. All right, so last row, and we're going to start off with 2 pressed pigments. So we have Lemon Drop and Bite Me. They are both a shimmer. They are both beautiful. Bite Me, kind of there. Now you can see it. And then next we have Cherry Wet. And then we have Tasty Cone, which is kind of hard to see because it's like a peachy, like skin-like color. And then we have Delicious on the bottom here. This one is a little bit patchy too, which would take some building up. But aside from that, I mean, that's the last row. I think that it's very good to have a brown and a, you know, lighter transition color like cone in here. I always love the pressed pigments, but sometimes they can be hard to work with, and sometimes you have to use a glitter glue with them. But we are going to use cotton candy, and that'll give us kind of an idea, because we're going to use a shimmer, a pressed pigment, and a matte out of this palette. So I think that gives us a pretty good idea of how the formulas in this palette are going to work. So if you're looking for Jawbreaker, well, it's still in stock because it's not going to be there forever, girl. This is kind of a good opportunity for you to see how the palette is going to perform. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes, and then we are just going to get right into it. So I am using the Alamere Cosmetics Piero Primer for my eye base. I don't really like this primer because when you put it on, you have to like go back and touch it up. It is a very sticky base, so I appreciate that. I don't have my setting powder over here, so I'm not sure if I'm setting powder. I don't have my setting spray, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have to grab it for cotton candy, but we're going to see. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. These are all MSQ brushes, so I don't have like a number on them. They just say MSQ on them. I got these from Amazon, in case you're wondering, and we're just going to dip into Jawbreaker. It's giving me decent payoff on the brush. I'm going to zoom you guys in just for the eye portion, like I always do. There, and then we'll see if we get any fallout. Okay, so it's going on just like a regular brow bone highlight, but I'm hoping now you can see the shift in the color. Why is my camera like this? So I think just for purposes of this video, we're going to do both, just to give you guys a little bit more camera time with the shadows, just so, you know, you can see me play with them more, and you can kind of see how they get the gradient look on my eyes. So, as always, I put my brushes to the side in case I have to go back and reuse them. Now I'm going to take, I think we'll use this big fluffy one, and I want to put, I'm debating on how I want to do this. If I want to put cotton candy on the inside and then maybe soaked on the outside. Let's do soaked first, just because it's the darker color. Getting a lot of kickback in the pan, which is normal for a matte. And we're going to pop that on right here like I would my usual black. I'm not going to put it all over my eye. Ooh, the fallout, girl. But as you can see, it's pretty patchy. So this is going to take some work. For this color, I probably won't do both eyes on camera just because it's going to take a lot of playing with it. But, okay, 3 swipes has to be a charm, right? Yeah, that's true of the pan, even maybe a little bit darker than it shows up in the pan, and that's probably because of my primer. Now we're going to take another big fluffy brush, and I'm going to dip into cotton candy and see if it actually is picking up pretty well. So I might not need to spray, but this is going to give a lot of fallout. I'm just warning you. So let's put that on. And when you have a matte and a pressed pigment like this, it's pretty easy to get a gradient look if you just lay it over the top of the other color and you just kind of swipe a little. You usually don't have to go back and do much. There is some fallout. You can't really see it on camera though. So let's take our brush we had the brow bone highlight on, and I'm just going to go through and clean up right here and just kind of blend these together. This is so pretty. This gives me like, you guys ever watch the sun go down and you get that like really, really pretty like blue pink shift in the sky? I know that cotton candy isn't showing up the best on camera. I'm going to try to grab a little bit more. Like I said, if you spray your brush, you're going to get more, but I want this to be a more pastel look, so I don't want it to pop too much. There we go. I think that looks good. So, I mean, I guess we could do the other eye on camera, and I can just keep talking about the eyeshadows as we go through. I think that is really pretty. It's not a look that I would have came up with on my own, like if I just had two random eyeshadows that weren't in a palette together. But now that I'm putting them on together, I really like it. I just kind of remember how far I dragged this out. I think another thing that I like about this palette is it's got this like shiny finish to it on the area where the pans go. And that's really cool. I like that. So, you know, on this eye, it only took me like 2 swipes to get where I needed to be. Like, and the other eye, it took 3. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so let's pick up Cotton Candy again. And I don't really mind doing both eyes on camera for you guys when it doesn't take long like this. But like with Jeffree Star's shadows, usually, unless you're doing a really complex look, I'm sorry, I do that every video. You can get pretty decent payoff. And that's just one of the reasons why I like his shadows so much and why I wanted this palette so bad, because it gives me like such an array of colors that I didn't have. And this is just laying it on top, you guys, and it already gave me a gradient look. That's without me going back and forth and blending. I feel like with that soaked color, if you do that, it's just going to take it away. And we don't want that, so in order to get it to stay, you have to just kind of layer, layer, layer. And that's the same if you have 2 pressed pigments together. It would be the same thing. So right now, all I'm doing is I'm kind of just blending Cotton Candy and Jawbreaker together a little bit, just like that. Ta-da! I'm not sure if I want to do eyeliner with this or not. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Let's actually see how much fallout we have, because until I swipe, it's really hard to see. It's easy for me to see in person, but it's harder for you guys to see on camera. So if this is your first time watching me review a Jeffree Star palette, you're probably like, what the hell is she talking about? I'm going to show you. Okay, so here we go. Can you see all the pink? It is like ridiculous. Now my whole like cheek is full of glitter. Oh my god. Let's do the other eye. There you can kind of see it a little bit better, but this makeup wipe is like thoroughly like done. Like it's not even barely wet anymore. But when I go through with my serums and moisturizer and stuff, that will go away. Very pretty eye look. I think it came out really well. The colors did exactly what I wanted them to do. A little bit of work with that soaked color, but aside from that, I'm impressed that the pressed pigment didn't need to be sprayed. If you do spray it though, I think it's going to show up a little bit more. Where are you? Over here. Okay, so this one right here, I think it's going to show up a little bit more true to pan if you spray it than how it is on my eye. It's a little bit more pastel, but that's what I wanted. So it just depends on what you really want to do with this look. As always, I will be leaving the cover on the mirror until one of my kids rips it off, because for whatever reason they get some satisfaction out of doing that. So let me go ahead, finish my makeup. We will come back, talk about the palette, give you the overall value of the palette, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm back. All right, so in case you guys are wondering what I have on for lips, this is Jeffree Star's liquid lipstick in the shade Weirdo, and then I put the Coroner's Kiss, the gloss, on top of it. I'm not sure if you can see, it has like a gray gold reflect in it, but since everybody is doing glosses so much now, I figured I would do that. I know my hair looks crazy and whatever. It looks like I have a turban on because of the style of this headband, but whatever. Let's get back to Jawbreaker, baby. What do I think about the packaging first? This palette is beautiful. Like, I love that it's pink. I love that. I love everything about the paint splatters and whatever, and they are like 3D, so you can like feel them, and I love that. The mirror on here is just beautiful. If you guys could see this look in real life, the colors look so cool together. I mean, it might do it a little bit of just there. Now you can see. See how pretty that is? Oh my god! And like I always say, girl, black goes with everything. So if you're ever in doubt, wear a black lipstick or a nude, because it will pull through anytime. The color story on this is amazing. I'm just going to show it to you again. Here she is. So we have, let's total up and see what we have for mattes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 mattes, and this is a 24 shade palette, so that's a little bit more than half. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pressed pigments, and then 3 regular shimmers, unless my math is wrong. If it's wrong, let me know in the comments, but that's what I'm gathering from this. You're getting a variety of all the different kinds of shadows he has to offer. The color story is beautiful. You can do so many different looks from this palette, and the second I saw this palette and opened it up, this was the first look that I wanted to do just because it is so pretty, and I couldn't help myself. I love purple, so these colors together do make purple, and I think it's just so pretty, and I just couldn't get over it. Retail value for this palette is $58. I believe that is what I paid. Stay tuned for Thirsty because that's going to be coming up. Let me see if they actually have, I don't remember even looking at Thirsty palette. Okay, I'm seeing the color story in here and it's giving me very beachy vibes. So I want you guys to comment down below for the Thirsty palette and let me know what kind of look you want me to do. I'm seeing like a muted medium pink, a coral, lots of browns, lots of shimmers as in like a gold shimmer, a copper shimmer, a silver shimmer. There is 2 blues. One's like a seafoam green that we saw today. Another is like a really bright blue. And then there's some transition colors. I'm not seeing anything in here that I could use for brow bone highlight. So I will probably be dipping back into Jawbreaker for that. And we will be using the shade Jawbreaker. Because I think that's going to pair very well with any eye look you do, really. And the one that I mainly use on my eyes right now is from the Bloodlust palette, and it is called Beauty Sleep. I have hit pan about a dime size amount on that, so my pen is halfway gone because I use it so much. But I can't get over this. It's pretty. I got a good deal on these palettes. Let me know what you guys want to see for Thirsty. And I'll have that video coming out soon. So that's going to be the end of the video. I think this palette is great. It's a really good deal. It is live on the website right now as of February 1st. So if you can get your hands on it, get your hands on it, because once it's gone, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be coming back. They still do have Blood Sugar and Blue Blood and Conspiracy if you're looking for those. But I would grab whatever you can for the throwback palettes right now, because once they're gone, they're going to be gone. Also, I am going to attempt to get my hands on some of the Supreme glasses. I plan on getting the purple one, the darker purple one, and the black, obviously, because I'm me and I wear black lipstick. So if you guys want to see either one of those glasses, let me know if I can get my hands on them. If I can't, I will post probably on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me there. My Instagram, my Twitter is Smalls Stefe. That's Smalls with a Z. It should be linked in my YouTube thing, but if it's not, just leave a comment down below and I'll put my @ in there so you guys have it. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. Stay tuned for Thirsty and other makeup unboxings and try-ons, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!